everybody, I'm AZ Badfish, and welcome to another episode from the PrimeCraft server. In today's episode, we are finally gonna get started on our storage room. I have spent a long time gathering resources, and I finally have enough chests, and trap chests, and hoppers, along with... Ooh, I left my redstone box. No problem. Not a problem at all, because I've also got a bunch of comparators, a bunch of repeaters, all the redstone we're going to need, torches, we're good to go. So, it's time to actually start putting this thing in. Now, what I'm going to be building in here is pretty simple, pretty standard item sorter. The thing that I've got to keep in mind is that this system is meant to hold all of the things that are automatically collected and farmed, and of course things I mine up, things like that, stuff from this complex. So what that means is that I've got several levels here with stuff that's going to be generated that needs to get piped back up to the top. Now, there are item elevators, and 1.11 made those item elevators pretty easy to build. The problem with them is that you cannot, as far as I know, inject new items into the flow of items that are being elevated midway through the elevator. It has to start at the bottom. So we're going to have one item elevator, and we're going to, on all these other levels, anything that needs to get piped up is actually going to have to get dropped down first. So it's a little less efficient, but it should still work just fine. My issue is that the only place that I really have to build this item elevator, I can't do it over here because this is kind of sitting above the tree farm and where the villager stuff is going to go. The whole time I'd planned on doing it over here, which is fine. It just means that I either have to pipe these items, once they come up to the top here, back all the way around over there, or the chests are going to start from right to left. And if I do that, I'll have to pipe the items from the fish farm, which I don't think I mentioned that in the last video where I showed this. This is the bottom chest of my fish farm storage. So I'm going to be able to put my fish farm stuff directly into this system. Either way, whether I decide to start over here, which is what I want to do, I kind of want to start the items flowing from the left to the right, just because I'm an American, and that's the way we do things. We start at the left and move to the right. So, yeah, that I think that's what we're going to end up doing. So, the item elevator is actually going to have another line of hoppers wrapping all the way around this room, which I might not be able to do right now. I did my math, and I made just enough hoppers to have a few extra. So I did not make enough extra. Anyway, that's probably enough of that. So we can worry about that part later. The important part is getting the actual storage in place. Oh, Super Turtle joined the game. We'll say hi to Super Turtle. Hello, Super Turtle. And this is what we're going to be building. Obviously not out of diorite and stuff. I just want to get a count here. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. So it is going to come off right here. Oops. Put that back. Okay. So I will build one of these slices on camera for you guys. This is actually a pretty easy thing to build. So we'll start with a chest. Sure, that makes sense. And we'll grab some hoppers. I'll grab some stone because I didn't bring any cobble. Actually, there's plenty of cobble out there. We'll grab some of that. Redstone, torches, comparators, repeaters, and hopefully there's some cobblestone in here. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright. So you start with your single chest. Now, eventually, I would like to replace, probably not all of them, but some of these slices, the bottom chest here, with the shulker box so that I can just grab and go. But off of that, we're going to have a hopper. And then, whoops, holding shift. 1, 2, 3, 4. double chest that way. And then we should just be able to hopper, shift clicking them into the chest here. Now, the way this is going to work is hoppers always want to go down before they go over. So the items will just flow straight down into this chest, and then this hopper will pull them out and put them into this chest, and slowly the items will start getting backed up. Once this hopper is full, items will start going into this chest, and so on and so forth. So now I need to get up to the top. Sorry about that. Something came up. I had to run away from the computer for a second. So I'm back now, and I was saying that this is not a system that I designed. Obviously, this has been around for quite a long time. I don't know who first designed it. The first person that I ever saw do it was a guy called Daedalus822. I'm pretty sure he didn't design it either, but there you go. He's the first person I ever saw do it because his are the videos that I was watching at the time. So what we've got at the top here, and I'm actually going to need to... I am actually going to need to pillar over here. So what we've got going on here is our standard sorting system, filter system, whatever you want to call it. At the top there are 3 hoppers that are important, and the top one is what I call my transfer pipe. The second one below it is what I call my filter pipe, and then the third one below that is what I call the injection pipe, because it actually injects the items into the storage part. Now, the rest of these are technically injection pipes, but the 3 here are what's important for the system, because below that you can add as many chests as you want, right? I could expand this straight down to bedrock if I wanted to and have like 100 and some odd chests per slice, which is absolutely ridiculous. The reason I had this here is because I needed to point this transfer pipe hopper this direction, because I want all the items to start here and flow that way. This hopper needs to be pointed any direction but down, and I like to point it away from my chest just because. There's no particular reason for that. As long as it's not pointed down, it's fine. Okay, so once these are in, this is all the hoppers we're going to be using for one slice. Now, to set up the filter part is actually pretty easy as well. We're going to need to get back up there, but a little bit further over. So I need to take a comparator output off of the filter pipe. So I'm going to be building a little platform out this way. And I guess I am going to be using cobblestone after all. So the comparator is going to come off of like that. Now, we are going to add a block down there. And now on top of this, we're going to take a redstone. Whoops. Not cobblestone, redstone. And we're just going to run it along the lines down here. Now, the way this works, if you don't know, is in this filter pipe, I'm going to have 41 items of whatever I want to sort, and then 1 each of a named filter item that Mr. Trend has provided for the server out at spawn because of the 1.11 bug. It does not allow you to name multiple items at once, so he just created a chest for everybody, so if we need them, we can go grab some, so I'll be doing that later. So with this, so right, so 41 items is what you want to sort, and then 1 each of the filter items, and that will be enough to have two blocks worth of power from the comparator. Once 1 more item gets into this hopper, the power will extend down to this block. So, oops, we'll just go ahead and break these. Once power extends to that block, we are going to actually go like this. And I think, do we need another one? I don't think we need another one. I think right there is all we need. So then we're going to have a torch here. Now this torch is locking this hopper. No, it's powering this block, which is locking that hopper. That's how that works. So this block is being powered by this torch, and because that block is powered, this hopper is getting power, so it is locked. It is not taking any items until this block gets powered from the comparator line, remember? And then I'm going to need another piece of scaffolding. This repeater will pull power from this block and power this block, to unpower the torch, to unpower this block, for just one, one quick pulse, which is all it takes for one item to flow from that filter pipe down into here. And since it always starts from the left side, whatever item that you're filtering for is what goes down. That is how this whole system works. And that is one slice completely built. It's super easy to build. It's just really, really resource intensive. That is a lot of iron. And remember, each one of these hoppers is also a chest, which is 8 pieces of wood planks or 2 logs. So, yeah, a lot of wood and iron went into this. But as I said, I did my math, so I should have enough stuff for all of this. Now, one of the things that you need to keep in mind for this system is that you cannot just put chests next to each other unless you've got a regular chest and then a trap chest. So now I can build my second slice completely out of trap chests. And then I'll just grab my hoppers. See, once you get the first one built, the rest of them go pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this out all the way around, and I will come back to you guys in a bit. Oh, I feel like I should mention this design here, the back part. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know who designed the first ever item sorter like this. Originally the design stopped here, and you only needed 18 pieces. The problem with that is, is that it was easy to overflow. If the system backed up all the way to the top and this hopper filled up, it provided enough power to jump slices, and suddenly all of your hopper filters get emptied out because, stuff is being powered when it's not meant to. This is an Impulse SV modification, and I am pretty confident that that is true. And what this does is, by extending the signal one more, there will never, ever, ever be a time where this hopper provides enough power to power this block. That will never, ever happen. If this hopper gets completely filled up, assuming you did it right and you have your filter items in here, this hopper, even if it gets to 64 items of what you're trying to filter, nothing will happen. This filter will still be fine. It will not overflow. Those items will just pass to the next section. So definitely happy that Impulse SV figured that out, because this system is great. It allows me to, I can even have more than one slice per item, which is fantastic. I'm definitely going to be using that. All right, back to the grind. All right, so all the chests are in place. I had the exact number of trap chests that I needed, so that was good. My math is good there. That gives me hope for the hoppers, which is what I'm going to be doing now. All right, I'll come back to you when this is in. Okay, so the storage units themselves are all in place. The filters are set, all the redstone is in, everything is good to go, except for the filters. Obviously, we need to still run out to spawn, grab those filter items. And my math did not account for this corner here, so I actually ran out of hoppers. I have a bit more iron. I didn't end up using all of it, thankfully. So I'm going to make a few more hoppers now so we can connect these up to get a full system and run out to spawn, and I'll show you how the filter stuff works. Alrighty, so here at the town hall, I don't think I've shown you guys this yet. This is everybody who plays on the server. It's pretty neat. They've gone through, and I think he used a command block or something to get our heads, because I don't think the killing thing is on this server. He just did it for the town hall, which is pretty neat. So you can kind of see everybody who's on the server. You have me and Root Bear, Lena McBeena, FanoftheLego, who doesn't put out YouTube videos, unfortunately. I hope he does someday. Sugar Blob and Brummy, and of course Mr. Trend, Bittergavia, Super Turtle, the Bat Family, Fairy Kyrie, Braden, Taz Strip, and Simple Gamers. So yeah, these are our players, guys. It's a pretty fun server here to play on. I could show you around here a bit. I think somewhere an advertising room. Oh, this is where we're putting all the shops and stuff. There is Upcoming builds, yep, where we're keeping track of big projects. Document archive. What is this stuff? Rumored remains of the Mushroom King Ondo. Rumored remains of the Squid King Scipiori. I don't know how to say that stuff. Oh, cool little library. We could make books and stuff. Might have to come back check this out later. What I'm looking for is somewhere there is a chest of filter items he put somewhere. Emerald delivery, quick services. Maybe not in here. What's going on? Oh, hello, Mr. Trend. What are you doing in here? You keep a track of the mail? This is the mail room, right? Do we have any mail? Do I even have a box? I don't have a mailbox. There's just diamonds and chests without names on them. I'd say I could put my name on one of these. I could. Do I have a? I sure do. Like I always do. Gotta be prepared on this SMP, man. Gotta have signs in your inner chest. So I'm just gonna take one of these. Are they all on the bottom like that? That's kind of weird. So sweet, I got 5 diamonds. I don't know if that's okay or not. I'm pretty sure it is. He said he was gonna add me. I think he just forgot. Okay, we're gonna keep searching around here. This is a really cool build, by the way. I think Vidergavia built this. I think that's pretty awesome. So, well, maybe he hasn't done it yet. I thought he said he was gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna poke around a bit, and if I find it, I'll come back to you guys. Aha! I found it in the map room. Just a little inconspicuous chest. So I need about three stacks of these. Is gonna do more than enough for me. That should be plenty, and that way I'll have a little bit extra for the next time I build one of these things. All right, so let me get my rockets back, and let's head back to base. Man, I love the ping on this server. Alright, I am back at base now. Just putting away this stuff so I don't accidentally lose it. And we'll head back down to the storage room to get these filters in. So, yeah, we are definitely gonna have to cover this up. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this. How it was gonna look from here. Like, do I want to leave it? Do I want to leave it open so you can see all the chests? Because, I mean, honestly, it looks kind of cool in here. But I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Unfortunately, if I cover it up, it's gonna be pretty cramped in here, and I don't like that either. I cannot come down this wall anymore. I can replace this wall, which I'm obviously going to do. But if I start cutting into here, we're going to get this. So this wall cannot just be here. It's got to be here. So that kind of stinks a little bit. But that's alright. That's okay. So how does this work? Well, as I mentioned, you get 41 items that you want to filter. And then you put in your filter items. And your filter items are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because I've got my torches in place off of this block, which you can't see from this angle, but they're there, you saw it. None of the items in this hopper are going to drop. Let's see, what do I want to... Well, I kind of want to make this a stone filter. I would not have used stone for this. I would have used like feathers, maybe, is what I usually use. Just because it's easy to see and you typically don't need to store feathers, but I think I'm going to be storing feathers, so we'll just make... Alright, I think I'm going to make maybe 2 slices for stone. I was thinking about doing 3, but 3 might be a little overkill. Okay, so I'll show you. We'll jump back over here. Yeah, because like I said, with the overflow protection of this Impulse SV modification, I'm allowed to have more than one slice per item. So I will show you now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bam. So this is the setup. You've got your 4 filter items and your stone, or whatever you want to sort out. You know, you're filtering, this slice is for stone, so I've got 41 pieces of stone. Now, if I ever whenever a piece of stone gets in there, it drops away. And the reason for that is, once you have more than, once you get enough items in place, the power signal from this comparator reaches all the way down here. And I'll show you that again by just dropping in a bunch. So now you can see this block of redstone is powered, and in a second it's going to be unpowered. It's gone. Now that's how it works. That's the whole thing. So now if I go to the bottom, you'll be able to see that there is stone in our bottom chest. Now something else to note real quickly is this hopper, because of this torch, also gets locked. Oh, no, it's this one. No? Huh. That is really interesting to me. I always thought that you had like one extra item stuck in these hoppers, but I don't know, I guess I was wrong about that. Anyways, over here, bam. The stone is now all the way down in this chest, and that's the way it's going to work. So what we need to do now is get our filters kind of set up. Now, I don't know and have not really planned out exactly how I want all of this stuff to get sorted, what I want to keep. I've got some thoughts on items that I want to keep. Obviously we want to keep a lot of the stuff and sort out all of the stuff from the mining, right? So we're going to have a few slices for stone. I'll probably have 1 slice for cobble, because now that I've got silk touch, I'm probably not going to be getting that as much. I'll probably have a slice for granite and diorite and andesite and things like that. I'll probably also go ahead and store ore blocks like coal ore and redstone ore, and I don't know about gold and iron ore blocks, because I believe I'm going to set up a system at the bottom that's going to cook them automatically before it sends them up. So for right now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and put in filter items, and I'll go ahead and put the stone in there, but I'm going to just go through and put filter items in all of these filter hoppers. That way we are pretty much primed and ready to go. Oh yeah, and I've also got enough hoppers to fix this part out. So let me do that also. Alright guys, that is the storage system and item filter functionally complete. I want to point out something important though. The last 2 slices here do not have a torch. And the reason for that is that makes the last 2 completely unfiltered. So what that means is that items that flow through the whole system and make it all the way to the end without being sorted are going to end up here. So these are my 2 miscellaneous slices, and that's going to be important for things like my bone grinder, my fish farm, stuff like that, where we're going to get extra items that we don't necessarily want to have massive, bulk storage for and items sorted. So like, all of our bows and our fishing rods and our books and our armor and stuff, things like that are going to end up here. And we unfortunately, I would love to have an item sorter for my enchanted bows and books and stuff, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way because of the way that tagging, NBT tags and stuff like that work with the items. This filter can only work with stackable items. So stuff like bows and that, enchanted items, armor, will not work. So they'll all end up here. And then I'll just have to create another room, which I've been planning on all along, for like manual sorted storage and things that you don't necessarily need bulk storage for. So like, we'll have a chest for like the lily pads and the name tags and stuff like that. Things that we're not necessarily going to need bulk storage for, or things that just cannot be filtered. So we're going to do that, and we'll have that room hanging out over here. The item elevator is going to be back in that corner, so that's something we're definitely going to need to work out. I also am going to need to figure out a design here so that it doesn't just look like a wall of chests, even though that's exactly what it is. All right. Okay, so I'm down on the bottom floor, and I've dug a shaft. I figured out where the item elevator is going to be. It's actually going to go back in this corner here. So my cart unloader item elevator, it's not really going to go here, but I can dig out a way to get there. But I want to show you guys, it's actually in this first mining shaft, which, by the way, I've got a few mining shafts done now. I like mining, you guys. It's a nice way to just come on the server and relax and not really have to do anything. But yeah, so I've dug this out. This is where the item elevator is going to go. This goes all the way up to where the storage room is, that same level. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely fill in the whole 3x3 with stone brick. And there's two reasons for that. One is, even though I'm fairly certain there's no pockets, there could be something like way up in the middle, like if I break this, there's nothing here. Like if that's an air block like that up there somewhere, that'll mess up the whole thing. So doing the whole 3x3 all the way up will, ensure that we're not going to lose any items. Plus, and I think is more likely, it will alert me if I'm digging out a room up in another level later on. I'll run into stone brick and be like, oh, that's my item elevator. I need to chill out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I should be able to get plenty of items I need to make the stone brick as I work my way up. So I will see you guys back at the top. Alright guys, I am back, and it's been a little while between clips. I've done a few things, including checking the recording time, so we're going to try to get through a few things real quick here, because as always, we're running a little long. Alright, so I've completed the 3x3 stone brick all the way up to the floor level of the storage room. I went ahead and finished it off with some glass just for looks and capped it with some stone brick. There is a airspace above that hopper, but that's just to make the elevator work. The rest of it's all closed in. So speaking of that hopper, that is the start of the, I guess, transfer pipe. If you want to think of it that way, it wraps all the way around and it connects up to the front of the storage unit. And something else to show you real quick is right here. This hopper that connects the big long tube we just followed to the actual storage unit sits directly underneath a line of hoppers coming down from the fish farm. So the fish farm is now totally hooked into the system as well. So that's pretty neat. And I want to show you guys real quick. We'll just check this chest here. It is empty. Alright, so I've done a few things downstairs as well. And we are going to run over here and jump down. Whoop, better get over the slime block. I mean, it won't kill me, but it'll take some damage. But I dug out this hallway a bit, and down at the start here, I've gone ahead and added this dropper and the comparator clock, which will tick off all the items and push them up through the elevator. So that is pretty sweet. If I go ahead and put 6 sand in here, it all went up there. And now if we run back up to the top, and we should have them. Well, we got up here a little quick. It does work, I promise you. Those items gotta wrap all the way around all this stuff. There they are. 6 sand. So we know that works. We know all the filters at least are not sucking in things they're not supposed to. They don't actually have anything in them yet. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to do. The only other things that I've really got to do here with this is add another line, probably of hoppers going straight down, that will drop items down and put them in the elevator. I know that sounds kind of silly, but with the way that this is set up, I suppose I could actually build another elevator right here and just have an input chest on this level so I don't have to drop everything down. But we'll have to do all that off camera because I am all out of iron for hoppers and all out of time for this episode. So if you liked it, would you leave me a like, leave me a comment what you thought, if you got any suggestions or ideas, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.